Hi Libra, welcome to your When the X Returns reading. I understand that some X's are X's for a reason. This perhaps is one that they just, the one that got away, or logistics, or just timing wasn't right. So your situation, your discretion, but hopefully this is someone that you actually would care to have returning. Other than that, everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below. And somebody's working on something. Somebody's thrown themselves into their work, or working on becoming a better person, a better partner. Or what I was going to say is my two recommender reader shout outs, too many cards, are for Tarot by Tess and Ignatius Wallace Tree of Life messages. So much love and support to them. And you can check their information out in the description box below, which is where I'll have their links. And give them a like and a subscribe if you like what they have to say. All right, Libra. 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 3 of Wands. All right. We have Justice. That's you, Libra, sitting squarely in the middle here. So we've got 8 of Swords and the 8 of Pentacles. Interesting. Tower. So we got 2 8s and 2 6s. No, this is 17, or that's a 7. Okay, all right. 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right. I think this ending for them was unexpected, and they're wanting some kind of closure or to say they're sorry. I think they think that it's time for them to work on a few issues, or they feel like you two needed to work on something, and they're trying to make sense of this, which is why they came back, which is why they want balance and closure in the situation. They're trying to determine fault. It's like they want to just make sense of what happened. And when I say determine fault, I don't mean like, oh, who's at fault, but just like, what did I do? Can you at least tell me that? Or I need to understand what my culpability is, that sort of thing. Even if they don't say it out loud, that's what's going on here. They want to understand what they did or didn't do correctly, that sort of thing. We do have 2 cards of movement here, which would suggest that they are trying to move on, but they do need to be able to make sense of this. What's this Tower about? What's this Tower about? 2 8s is new knowledge. They are seeking to understand. What's this Tower about, Libra? So it looks like this was an unexpected, heated breakup where both of you were firmly standing your ground. What's this 8 of Pentacles about? What's this 8 of Pentacles about? Again with the unexpected. Because... So I think this is their assessment of you and your behavior. It's looking like they think that you might need to work on a few things, especially the part about you that says cutting brash things, or that you do things unexpectedly and not thought out, and this needs to be worked on, or this you were always kind of unto yourself anyway, and they didn't feel that connected to you because of that, because there was always something that was taking you away from the relationship, whether it's a project you were working on or an idea you had, or this. It's almost like they feel like you were very solitary and very unto yourself, and if like an idea came up and it struck you, then you were, just wanting to go pursue that and do whatnot. There also is an element of harshness, or like volatility, like unexpected sort of quick to anger, that sort of thing. And that's not a judgment. I'm just saying that's how it's playing out here. This is not me, you know, getting snarky or getting personal or anything like that. This is just what the cards are saying here and what I'm picking up. But there's no judgment or shade here. What's this Eight of Swords? No, there are not. What's this Eight of Swords? Not seeing any. Yeah, no. Wow, another 8. I think they're having to be patient. I think they're waiting to hear what your decision is. I think they did come back to say they're sorry or to understand. This came out because they're confused, because they're overwhelmed with emotion. That's not a stretch, considering that they might their eruptive nature, or the things erupting, them kind of exploding or just being quick to I'm sorry, them seeing you that way. And they could be too. They've got like a stubborn streak too. They're not off the hook here. But they're kind of laying a lot at your feet as far as, you know, things ending because of someone, aka your explosive nature, and them wanting to make sense of it. But it looks like they feel at fault too, like they feel guilty also. That's why they're coming back, and they want to see if it's like they're waiting to hear from you. This is driving them nuts. The separation is they're wanting to hear what your answer is, or just waiting to hear from you in general, and they feel like they can't move on until they have this talk or closure or something with you. It's a Six of Swords. It's a Six of Swords for Libra. Ouch. So we got 2 6s here. Wow, lots of 6s and 8s. They feel this is all they're thinking about. We got the 7 of Cups, we got the 8 of Swords, we got the Devil and the 6 of Swords. This is all they are thinking about. They want some sort of semblance of closure, of balance. Help me understand this. I'm sorry. Please talk to me. No. There's a whole heck of a lot going on here. And I think they want to understand first so that they can move on and they can have this, because they're the type of person that it doesn't let go of them, or they don't let go of something, it lets go of them first. And then but it's tearing a hole through them right now. Just so you know. Right. There. Okay, let me get a confirmation card here. So when they come back, it's not about reconciliation. It's about seeking to understand so they can move on. This is someone that's waiting to hear back from you, that needs to be released from the guilt, or that they need absolution from you, is what it feels like, honestly. What else for Libra? Which is really weird, because if they feel like, oh, you're so quick to fly off the handle, why would they come back and be so upset about what you think? Libra. I mean, honestly, yep. They're probably going to reach out online, but you might do well to just not. This might be about, you know, using wise counsel to just cut off any kind of involvement with them. To not answer that text or phone or the door, or, you know, to not respond to any kind of reaching out. I mean, there's nothing dangerous about this. It's just that it kind of seems like what needed to be said was said, and they're just not doing okay with it. So at what point does it become about them having to manage their own feelings rather than reaching out for help for you to solve that? You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, this is your situation, right? But it just seems like at some point it has to be about them and their coping skills rather than about you making everything okay with them or for them. Because sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes when someone does this, it's because they need you to be wrong, because they can't handle the guilt. So, just saying. All right. But yeah, we got 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, and this is somebody that is needing closure. What else for Libra? This would say that perhaps there's going to be a truthful conversation but it also is about making wise choices, about deciding who and how you're going to share your information or give your information. Just saying. All right. 2 cards for Libra, please. 2 cards for Libra. When I put these over here. So we have the fish and we have the ring. So the fish is all about like kind of that fluidity. It's about abundance and fluidity, and typically the focus is on networking, is on big opportunities, the next best thing. Things are kind of kept open and in the mix, and there's an abundance. There's a positive quality to it because of the abundance and the free-flowing nature of that, wealth, abundance, that sort of thing. And we've got the ring. So this very much could be a relationship that was open, but also a committed relationship. It could be that this was an open relationship that, well, it looks like this was a commitment. So, I mean, was it that this was a soulmate connection? We got a 6 here. We got a couple of 6s here. A soulmate connection, or you felt that way, that you were hoping it would go for that commitment? Or are you, it's funny because sometimes you can feel that for somebody, like you have that spiritual connection with somebody, but it's not meant to be at this time. And perhaps that is what that person is dealing with, is that they feel still very connected to you. And like you two are attached, like you are a soulmate, like there should be a commitment, a proposal, a coming together. But it's just not the right time, because this right here is all about things being open and free flowing. This also is a rush of emotion, overwhelming emotions, and we've got that, commitment, proposal sort of thing. So it's interesting because this is like open relationship and this is like commitment and proposal. So perhaps that's what it was, is that somebody wanted to keep things open or didn't want to make that, take it to the next level. And that's why things got heated and erupted, and they're just like, I just need to move on because I had these feelings about you, but apparently it was this. And I don't know, it's like you can't win. On the one hand, it's like if you talk to them out of consideration and compassion, but to what end? Because it's just going to mess them up. They're really struggling, honestly. They're struggling. So to what end are they going to be served and helped by you answering that text or door or phone or whatever? It just seems like it'd prolong the agony for them. What else for Libra? All right, what else does Libra need to know? What does Libra need to know? You could be dealing with a Capricorn, Aquarius, Gemini, Scorpio. All right, so we've got the Knight of Swords and the 9 of Cups. Interesting. I feel like that's saying to, I don't know, I feel like it's saying move on. I feel like it's saying if you want to be happy, get to getting. Like, get on that horse and ride on out of there. I mean, perhaps this is saying the key to happiness is communicating. That you get your wish to communicate. Because maybe you're waiting to hear back from them. There's something, we got the King of Swords and we've got the Knight of Swords. There's something about immediate, unexpected, or really like intense, urgent communication. And maybe that's what you want or what they want, but then we go from that to the confusion here and the Tower. I mean, I just feel like it's more unsettled, explosive energy. I don't think it's going to, here's the thing. With this right here, it's almost like you two can't walk away from each other. There's something about you that keeps pulling you back to each other. And I know they're seeking to understand so they can move on. But at the same time, this 9 of Cups right here and the Knight of Swords, that would suggest that there's instant gratification, or it's almost like a fix, like to sate things, to calm things down, to be like, okay, everything's okay. It's like somebody has to just kind of rush in, and it's almost like, okay, if things were steady, solid, and secure, and day in and day out, or just very reliable and predictable, that would drive someone crazy. But so it's almost like this is like a fix that they need to get. They need to have that immediate, shocking, out of the blue conversation, like, I just can't quit you. And the more they're away, it only serves to build the anticipation or the desire, so that it's all the more explosive and satisfying when you do have that kind of emotional conversation, or that like fiery, heated debate type of. So on the one hand, they want to seek to understand and they want to move on, but I also feel like it's part of this whole dance that you two do, like this kind of explosive, addictive, fiery, passionate, argumentative thing that you have. But it's holding both of you back, and this person feels it, and they're trying to move on, but there's something about your connection that they can't. And I think that it has to do with this soul connection that they feel for you. That on some level they feel like it should be a commitment, a proposal, that you two are together, but because of the duality or the fiery nature, the explosiveness, that's not anything you can build on right now, at least. All right, okay. Just saying. This might be one of those then that it's not so much the keep moving, get the heck out of Dodge. It's more like this needs to get sorted out before you two can kind of come to common ground, because that might be part of your passion for each other, that just, or at least it used to be. It might not now, but it used to be, there was that attraction because there was, both of you were kind of stubborn, or had that fieriness. All right, shutting up. I hope this was helpful, Libra, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.